everybody. My name is Sheila Finn, and welcome to Conversations with Sheila and Lisa show. Here we have Lisa that's going to
Yes.
tell a little bit about herself. Lisa?
Hi, everyone. This is Lisa, and I'm happy to join with Sheila as the co host of Conversations. And we're going to talk about so much throughout our tenure with you all. And we thank you for joining us today. And we're going to just jump right into it. All
Yeah.
right. So, our topic for today now, Sheila is an awesome writer. She writes plays. She is the founder and she is the director, CEO, all these things of Finn Productions. And she is an awesome person. And I, of course, we met in Detroit Entrepreneurship Institute many years ago. We were graduates, and the rest is history. We've been sisters ever since. Over 20, going on 30 years now. It's been a
Yes.
long time. And we have been active in the community. We've been active in academia. We have been active in volunteerism. And we are also proud mothers. We have wonderful families. And in that, you have to play a lot of roles. You have to write a lot. You have to run a lot. There's so much you got to do. So, Sheila is an awesome writer. Well, I am too, but she writes plays and she'll write you in and write you out or whatever the event might be. So, our topic today is the play world dead today? That's make you want to think about that.
Yeah.
Is the play world dead today? So, what's your thoughts on that, Sheila?
Well, I say no now.
Okay.
We have a lot of avenues to go now with the play because of the online social medias. So we can do it online now,
Mm-hmm.
and we're doing a lot of movies now, but the plays, people like the actors like to do plays also. They like to be on stage in
Mm-hmm.
front of the crowd. Uh, so I believe it's not over. It's just the beginning now.
So you started off and you said you believe it's not now. So was there a time when you thought it was
During the pandemic
during the
when
pandemic?
we couldn't be around anyone, and it was that COVID going around, and we couldn't be around anyone. So now, since we're able to be around people, we can still do it online.
Hmm. Okay, so which brings me to some points. So we're doing the pros, the cons, and the why. So in hearing you say at one time there was what we call a stoppage, or was it just a big slowdown? Because in a slowdown, to me, a pro for a writer such as yourself would be it made you more creative. First of all, it gave you some time to rest, some time to filter out, and then to recharge, rejuvenate. And during that type of process and inward, you're creative. You're thinking about all kind of everything.
Yeah.
Even through the pandemic, there was so much information over the airwaves. To me, that would ignite a writer to create like nobody's business, you
Right.
know. So the question would be, is it really dead? No, because it's inside of
No.
you.
That's right.
You know, it's inside of you. And as we said, is it dead today? Well, today, as you were stating, one of the pros of today is now there's more personable contact again, if you will.
Hmm.
And there's also, it has been more creative with the automation, if you will. So you
Hmm.
can actually have it in both sectors, right?
Yes.
Using both methodologies. So
Yes.
that creates more revenue,
Yes.
more
Yes.
streams.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's right.
So then that's more creative writing because
That's
you're
right.
writing in those pieces
That's
that
right.
were before. Those weren't pieces actually that were there.
That's
So
right.
now, what would be a con? What would be something that might be a detriment to the play world at this time?
Um, we have to bring it back because more so because there's a lot of writers are going to movies now, and I think we can do just as good if we put it online, the plays online, and bring it out online.
Okay. Now, being you all, I am, because I'm the person, the writer that's behind the scenes, the one that deals with the business of the business. And I would say, to me, a pro in what I do, meaning compliance, legalities, to make sure that you aren't sued, to write you in anything and keep you protected
Contracts.
in writing. A pro for that would be the ability to be remote, to be virtual, not having to have the court, or shall I say, the event host or what have you, having the expense of travel for a person such as myself, and still get the quality of the work that you need done to protect the interests of the actors and the actresses,
Yeah.
the legalities of purchasing the props and
Right.
all of the materials involved, making sure that the intellectual property is not plagiarism. That's a big one. And then what the law allow per state, because the laws are different throughout each state. So that's important to know.
That's right.
And it's important to have someone that you trust to really handle those matters.
Right.
I would say, so that's a pro, that person is not pressured
Right.
to be there, but that everything is done even prior.
Yes.
It's more efficient. I would say a con would be, there are those that seemingly to say that they know this, but they don't have the history. They haven't gone through the fall down in order to know what really the law is saying out here. Because the laws have changed so much. It's almost like in accounting now, they change every year. And you need someone that's on top of that knows that.
That's right.
So it's still being creative. No
Yeah.
matter which way you're writing, you still have to learn to constantly be creative so that you can keep it fresh. Everyone is aware, and it's fun. It's so much fun when you have an event per se once a year or twice a year, but you have several remote. That's fun to me, Yeah. So health wise, what does it do for you health wise?
Health.
Health.
Well, it keeps me busy, so I have to stay active now.
More active.
I have to stay active now because I have to keep myself busy. I have to make sure of the pros and cons. I got to make sure that you to help me out. Okay, I need this done. I need to be this checked on. I need this legal stuff done, taken care of. And that's what we're going to be talking about also, the behind the scenes, everything that we need to have a play, and just anything, any type of business where we got to have people that do
The contract.
the contracts, the legal stuff, and the behind the scenes, such as the videographer.
Right.
Yeah, and he's doing an
Absolutely.
awesome job. I thank you,
All
Tony.
right. Thank you, Tony.
But yes, so we're going to talk about the behind the scenes people that they're never, they're never talked about. And it takes a team.
Right.
It takes a team. It's just not one person. It takes a team, and we're gonna talk to the team of different stuff, businesses and plays and movies and stuff like that.
And see, that's what this show is all about. In our conversations, what happens, playwriter, if one of your actors or actresses fall off the stage? Do you have applicable insurances? Do you have a response team on staff or in place? What protocols do you have in place in case if there's a fire, in case if there's an emergency call for you, and what do you have in place for even securing your finances? One of the pros of that is the electronic financial operations. So you're not chasing down checks and you're not doing these things. But how do you secure your assets? So in our conversations, we would deal with that. Also, those that are actors and actresses, and sometimes you don't come out of character. What do you do when you need to do self management? With your mental health. So we will be covering that. We will have guests, therapists to join us from time to time. We'll have financial experts to join us from time to time and sit down, and we'll have these conversations so that playwriters and other type of event planners. Sheila is also an event planner. I'm more of a coordinator per se and work alongside with the planner, but she plans very well. What do you do when sometimes the plan needs a plan and that plan needs a plan?
That's where it
how
comes.
do you do
Team.
that? Correct.
Teamwork. That's
Teamwork.
what it is.
Yeah.
And you got to have people that you can trust.
Now, what if you have the type of personality where all you know how to be is a lone ranger? So in our conversations, we will have instructions and we'll be happy to go over how to become a team player, how to become team oriented mentally, how to share. Some of this start from home. But
right.
were you an only child from home? Like me, I'm an only girl. So I had to learn how to relate effectively with my own gender because all I have are brothers and they're all older than me. So you have to be placed in settings, and if sometimes your plays are not getting off the ground, you're not getting the crowds with whichever method. It could be because there's some personal self development that may need to be enhanced. You may need to become new. You may need to forgive, but we don't know that yet, and that's what these conversations are all about. So we enjoy. We're gonna have you call in sometime. We may even invite you to join us. But whatever it is, you can be sure you can always have a conversation with Sheila and Lisa, and we got you. And who knows, your conversation might turn into a play.
That's right. Well, we want to thank you, and we will see you next time.
All right, thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.